We did have the discussion of, do we just end at 100? Do we just hang up the mics now? You work in beauty, it's like, it's easy.
You just sit and chat.
It's fun. On the daily as an industry and as professionals in this industry, we deal with like people's breakups, deaths, the collapse of marriages.
Pregnancy loss. I don't care whatever crap I've got going off outside of work. When I walk straight through that door, it's like, boom. Hi.
Showtime. I literally just met you 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I know that you're cheating on your husband.
Yeah.
This is wild.
It needs to be like a little sidetrack of being a therapist and how to deal with the general public.
No brand, no college, no course teaches us how to survive this industry.
3,
2,
1. Welcome to What the Flock.
Wow, energy. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to another instalment of your favourite podcast, What the Flock. My name is Jamie Long.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce her.
No, go on.
My name's Harriet Thacker.
And together we are two beauty besties.
We are.
Just making our way through this industry the best that we can.
I know. And making us way through life the best that we can as well. Because that's a, struggle, isn't it?
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed last week's episode.
Little
Not last
teaser.
week's, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed.
We need to get used to it being every 2 weeks.
That episode, that was just like a little teaser. We were easing you in. Getting you geared up for what was to come.
Wow.
I know.
Crazy. If you are watching on YouTube, you will know that we're in an amazing podcast studio, aren't we?
Yep.
We've got professional editors now. Shout out Tom and Charlie. Woo, woo, woo.
Whoop.
And yeah, we're stepping it up. We've got a new
Stepping
logo. Got a new look, haven't we?
New logo, new look.
Yeah.
Same old idiots.
How's your
presenting the podcast?
100 and what are we in now? 103 episodes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit talking.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start going back over things now.
I know. That's the hardest thing of having a podcast. And I've spoke to so many people recently who have asked about the pod and they've been like, hats off for getting to like 100 plus episodes because it's hard.
Everybody, yeah.
Lots of people have tried.
Yeah.
Some are no longer around.
Yeah.
Take that as what you will.
Because they just people do it out. You're such a bitch.
I know, so bitchy.
Such a bitch. Straight in. We're only on episode 1
well,
here.
say what you see.
Straight in.
Tried it, didn't work.
Didn't work for a lot of people because they run out of things to talk about.
And it's a lot of dedication.
Thankfully for you, we have always got something to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic.
See you at episode 500.
Yeah.
We might look a
We're
little
here
bit
for
different.
1,000.
Yeah.
Come on. Hopefully, we'll look better with the things that are coming up in this world.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
How's your life? How's your week been? What's going on? What's going off in the
What have
world?
I been up to? Good. We potentially have, and I know that I went on one last week talking about people don't want to work.
Well, they don't.
And people are lazy and what's going on with industry. Well, I might have somebody joining the salon.
That's fantastic news.
I feel a bit of an idiot now, whinging so much. But here we are. That's the circle of life.
She's not died.
I know.
Circle of life. Reincarnation.
Yeah. Just busy with the salon. Obviously been gearing up for the pod. We've had a new bar area, coffee station built in salon today.
Seen it. Nice. Really nice. Having upgrades. Yeah.
Things are good. What about you?
Obviously chaos as always. Do you know when you just feel like I feel like I need somebody running at the side of me with a clipboard telling me what I need to be doing. I don't know whether is that a job? Is that an assistant or something?
PA,
yeah.
Don't look at me.
You've got too much on. There's just always something going on. I'm always in a rush. I'm always got a time that I need to be somewhere. I don't have one day where I'm just doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking forward to. I don't know whether that's just my life in general, and I will never get that. But just been moving house. The renovations are complete. Been moving house, and it's surprising how much shit you do keep. A lot of shit.
I can only imagine.
Oh, crazy.
I can only imagine.
Wristbands from concerts that I went to like 9 years ago. Why? What am I going to do with them? But I'm looking at you because I know you will do the same, don't you?
Yeah, but mine are framed in dining room.
I know.
Love
See
it.
what I mean? Mine are in a box
when you saw them
underneath bed.
wristbands, I bet you put album on, didn't you? to reminisce about that time when
yeah,
you were
I
at that
did.
concert.
I looked at my pictures actually when I saw it. I thought, oh, I forgot that were at that month and that time. Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. So we are back with a bit of an explanation as to why we went missing, why we disappeared. Because again, I were a bit of a bitch last episode. When I watched it back, I thought, God, that were a bit abrupt.
Yeah.
Telling you to go listen to another podcast, please don't. Please stay tuned into us because, you know, we're 100 episodes in.
Yeah.
But we took an extended break because we needed it.
I think there becomes a point sometimes in your career where you think, I can't do this anymore. I need to...
Something has to change.
Something has to give, something has to change, and I just need a rest. And if you're not enjoying it anymore... And this is a big confession to us. We got to a point where we weren't enjoying it.
Yeah.
We weren't enjoying it, and we were dreading it. We were actually, what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do, we've got to do it. And we were like, do you know what? This is a choice that we've made. And I think this goes for like everything in your life. If you've made a choice to do that, then don't feel like you've got to do it. There's nothing really in your life that you have... Well, some things you've got to. But, like, you haven't got to do it. We didn't have to go and podcast. We could have at any moment been like, right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So we needed to take a break. And we've come back, like...
And we did have those discussions.
Yeah, we did.
Being honest with you, we did have the discussion of...
Shall that just
do we just end at 100?
Yeah.
What a great number to end at.
Yeah.
Do we just hang up the mics now?
Yeah. And we were a bit like, oh, you know, there's so many people wanting us to come back and so many people have got stuff out of it. And we were just like, right, something needs to change. We either need to make a big change and go in a podcast studio and give it all we've got.
Yeah.
And have a new look. And I think in business, that's kind of like in salon and stuff, if you're getting bored of it and you're not enjoying it anymore and you feel like you've got to do it and it feels like a hard slog, I feel like there needs to be a change, whether that be like branding, your surroundings, staff.
Yeah, you can't take 5 months off like we did,
no,
guys.
Don't take 5 months
you
off.
can't just close your business for 5 months. But you have got to like remove yourself from it and be like, how am I going to turn this around?
How am I going to benefit from this and how am I going to get enjoyment out of this again? And when we've come to a new place, working with new people, new logo, it's gave us like the ideas now are just coming to us like left, right and centre.
Yeah.
So, and we were at a point where we were like, we didn't know who to have on as guests. We didn't know what, we were just
didn't know where we were going.
Mentally drained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when we were doing everything as selves, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had to set up in the salon, all the tripods, all the lighting, do the cue cards and everything like that. Then we had to edit. Then we did literally everything.
Yeah.
And
then work and then have salon to his own.
Yeah.
And work full time in salon.
So by the time you've done half an hour, 45 minutes of setting up, and then you sit down to do the pod, it's like,
yeah.
Oh, right, here we go.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we're back. Hopefully you're glad we're back.
I know.
We have stepped it up, so we are looking for sponsors.
Yeah, just dropping that in there. The sponsorship
these guys
is
aren't
open.
cheap.
They are not. These things and these places are not cheap.
No.
So, but touching on a little bit of like being mentally drained and stuff like that.
Yes.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about we had a meeting with somebody last week, and that was something very exciting, but that'll be shared later on. We had a meeting with somebody, and they were talking about, you know, mental health in this industry, etc. And that triggered something in like light bulbs in us that were like, oh, yeah, because not only are we, you know, beauty therapists or nail technicians or brow technicians, you know, lash technicians, we are also people's therapists. Yep. And I don't think that people realise how much, that are not in this industry, how much we get burdened with, not burdened, but like we get put on.
People think it's like you work in beauty, it's like it's easy.
You just sit and chat.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You just get to like, you know, make each other look pretty all day.
Yeah. You just do nail or do you just do brows?
But on the daily as an industry and as professionals in this industry, we deal with like people's breakups, deaths, the collapse of marriages,
pregnancy loss, or like, troubles conceiving, like scandals, like money problems, jobs. Oh, crazy.
Do you know, I was trying to think this morning. Obviously, I knew we were talking about this today, and I could not think of another industry
that gets that.
Yeah, other than actual therapists.
I'm going to say apart from a therapist.
I was trying to think of industries that I've worked in, and I was like, yeah, you don't have that close connection with your customers.
I'd probably not even say a doctor, because they see, like every time you go to doctors, I see a different one every time I go. I can't even tell you my doctor's name.
No.
I can tell you where they are, but I can't tell them your name. And you're literally in for 5 minutes anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I couldn't think of another sector.
No.
That handled and dealt with people the way that we do.
That's a good point. No, I can't.
If you can think of one, drop us a DM and let us know. But I really struggled to think of one today.
I mean, it is an honour, because when your clients do offload, they obviously feel safe enough to do that.
Yes.
And, you know, I've had clients say to me on so many occasions, you're the only person that knows this. And I think, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? You know, I'm not a professional. Like, do you know, what's funny is, like, Maddie, who works with me, bless her, she will say to me, you give out the best relationship advice and male advice. You bang on at it.
Right.
How have you got that knowledge? Because clearly you've been single forever. And I'm like, I just read a lot of books and listen to a lot of podcasts, bitch. I know what I'm doing. But I just think, like, and you do give out this advice, and then you probably come away from them that night and think, did I tell her that right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think there's a fine line between when somebody comes in and they're asking about, like, boy troubles or girl troubles or kind of surface level stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that can change very quickly to somebody who maybe isn't in the best mental state.
Oh my God.
And you're giving them advice while you're having this conversation, and then you're not only thinking, did I give them the right advice about texting that guy back? It then turns into, I really do hope that they're okay and nothing has happened, or they've not spiraled. Did I say the right thing?
Yeah.
Because I was the last person that client spoke to.
There's a lot of pressure put on you, like, to do that. And sometimes you come away, we've touched on it before, like where I've had clients before that have been, and you've had one, Jamie, that's been like terminally ill and stuff like that. And it does take a massive, like, emotional toll on you.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I always refer to it as, we want to try and be as much as self as we can, but it's also like, I don't care whatever crap I've got going off outside of work. When I walk straight through that door, it's like, boom, hi.
Showtime.
Yeah. Hi, you're right. I still put a lot of my own personality into my work.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people know that and I'll share my stories with them if I can relate and stuff like that. But you have got to kind of always be happy, but then sympathetic at times when you need to be, and then angry with them if they found something out. Yeah. Fuming. Absolutely livid. Do you know what I mean? Like, he went out last night and didn't come in. Are you joking?
Bastard.
Yeah, what a bastard. Look on his 360 location now. I mean, that is wild.
When were you last online on Facebook?
Exactly.
Because if...
Who's he with? Look on that tag picture.
Yeah.
See who's in background. Who's he with?
Can you tell that we're both money boilers?
Yeah. Can you tell why I'm single?
Yeah. The Buff Lashes Cysteamine Glueless System has been specifically designed and formulated for use with the glueless and Korean lash lifting techniques. The key consideration was to create a formula and a product with the perfect consistency. This ensures optimal control, allowing for smooth and precise application and effortless manipulation of the lashes throughout the lifting process. We're like investigators.
No, actually, I'm really not a bunny boiler. I just don't care. But I want them.
Ex-bunny boilers.
But I just want them to care. Yeah. Like, 'cause I'm mad for them. Mm-hmm. I'm annoyed for them that they're getting that.
Yeah.
And they do, you know, like, I mean, when you have somebody they come to you as well for a treatment, and I don't know what it is. Somebody once said it once, like, when you have physical touch with somebody, they kind of like trust you and they feel safe and these words just start coming out. Like, and they do. They flow.
The amount of stuff, and I'm sure, in fact, 100% of you guys listening have found out some absolutely wild
crazy
stories from your clients.
Yeah.
I've had new clients come in.
Yeah.
Sit down and, like you said, it is that touch and it's quite a personal... They're trusting you to do a treatment on their face.
Yeah. So it's a lot.
So there's a lot of trust there before they've even met you. The floodgates just open and you know the deepest, darkest secrets. Yeah. And it's like... Yeah. I literally just met you 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I know that you're cheating on your husband.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah. Like I had a woman in a few months back and I've never met her before, and she came in and she was telling me the most saddest stories about her life. She weren't even my client. She were having her nails done with Maddie and she was telling me the saddest stories about her life, and I was like so invested.
Yeah.
I thought, I hope my next client don't turn up because I want to sit and counsel her. Like, but and then you do go away, and I feel like it is sometimes like I had a client in a couple of weeks back who were real, and I've had her for years, and she was really, really upset, and thankfully she was the last client of the day because I wanted to spend more time with her. We'd done the treatment. A treatment had been done like 45 minutes, and I just spent that time talking to her because she needed somebody to talk to. And I then, my friend rung me after I was on my way home, and I didn't even understand what I was saying. Or I was voice noting on the way home, and I thought, this voice note's not even making sense because my head is with this girl. Yeah. Like, and it's just an emotional burnout. Because
it does affect you.
Yeah, and do you know what? And I'm not saying don't tell me your stuff. I don't care. I do. And I'm honoured to know it. But but what I'm speaking about is I'm not speaking to clients telling me things. I'm speaking to you guys that are in the beauty industry and how to handle that. I think you've got to be prepared for anything that walks through your door, but it does take experience and time in this industry. Yep. I remember Maddie just started with us, and I had a terminally ill client in, and she used to come every 4 weeks, and she'd been given something like 6 months to live, and Maddie had to go and sit upstairs in staff room whenever she were there because she couldn't handle it, but she was very new to that industry and she'd not experienced that before. And it's just there's things that happen and you learn it as you're going down your career, but you've got to look after yourself as well.
Because nobody kind of teaches you, nobody shows you or explains that this is going to happen. Like, it's the worst feeling when you've got a client who you know's ill and they never return.
Oh my God, yeah.
You just never see them
again.
Or
I've had husbands ring up and cancel their appointments before and tell me the news. Because if you've not got them on Facebook or anything like that, you've no idea. Yeah. Like, I've told the story before once when I stalked my client because I thought she was dead and she didn't turn up. And the thing is, she just moved.
Yeah. But
I was like, oh my God, I just want to know you're alive. I end up messaging her daughter and everything.
But there's no training for those like emotional boundaries.
No, there's not. You just get trained on how to do the treatment. Yeah.
It's
definitely.
kind of, and you don't get any of that. But then on the flip side, there's always that pressure that you've got to be nice, you've got to be smiley, you've got to be an ear to listen to whatever your client's going through. It's not about you. Yeah. It's about listening to your client. That's what you get taught.
And multitasking. Being able to do... Because there's this... I've seen it happen with loads of girls that's worked alongside me as well. When they're getting told something, they stop what they're doing and, like, listen. Yeah. And I'm like... Really, I'm like, I want...
You've got to work and listen.
Without being rude, I do... I'm like this. Like, as much to say, talk, and do it. Yeah. I can multitask. Sometimes if I'm shocked, I'll be like...
There's some stories where I have to put them tweezers down and I say, let me get my stool. You've got 5 minutes.
Hold on. We need to... Tell me while your tint's developing.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Or if we've got an LVL on, I'll say to her, we've got 40 minutes while this is... on.
I want to hear it from the very beginning.
Yeah, and I want every single detail. Tell me. And you know what's so lovely is I get messages after that's like, I'm so sorry I offloaded that on you. Because I feel like when people go away, they almost feel a little bit like embarrassed thinking, have I shared too much?
It's a bit like, did I really say that?
Story of my life every time I go out. Like, I always wake up next morning thinking, did I say too much last night? But they do feel like that, and I think that they'll probably think that you're like, oh God, I didn't want to hear that. No, I did want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because do you know how boring it is as well to sit with a client who don't speak?
See, I like it.
And I don't.
Do like it.
Like, Jamie likes the silence, and he likes to listen to his bloody, what do you have on? Jazz house.
Jazz house. I'm very into me jazz house at the minute.
He has his jazz house music on, so he don't like people to talk. Whereas I want to know.
No, I do like to talk, but and again, it's whether it's just talking or listening to all these stories or, you know, all of this stuff that kind of gets put on us. I have very clear when I've reached that limit.
You've had enough
of communicating and interacting with people.
Yeah.
Once my social battery's done, I'm done.
Oh, see, mine.
I can't power through. I can't, because that's when I then come across as sometimes a bit rude or like.
I think it's if my social battery, if I'm in a social environment, is done, I'm done. I want to go home.
Yeah.
But if I'm in that salon, it's on all the time.
Where I have no issue if I am doing an LVL or like a Korean lash lift. If it's my last client, I've had so much mentally that day.
Oh, yeah, I'll leave them.
I have no issue saying, you're just going to develop for 10, 12 minutes. I am here. Shout me if you need me.
Most of my clients, I do my LVLs in a treatment room.
Yeah.
And then I will say to them, because they want that relaxed,
they want to sit
quiet
and chill.
time as well. And I'll just be like, you're on for 40 minutes. They've got their relaxing music on. I've turned the lights dimmed. So they've got, you know, like, so they're just laid there chilling.
Yeah.
Because it's, but I do think it is, we do need to be enforcing this more into the people that are up and coming, like probably like beauty schools and stuff like that. It does need brought in on how to deal with things, and also how to deal with things what you're being told. Like, what is okay and what is like, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm speaking like hypothetically. I mean, are they going to come and tell you that they've murdered somebody? I don't know.
No, but like there could be stuff like you hate
that
like,
you're worried about.
You pick up on like women who were like married or in relationships, and you start to hear some stories from home life. Massively. And you know that isn't healthy, and that could, if it's not already, that could develop into some physical. And that's where you then need to, you're no longer just an ear. You need, at what point do you have a serious conversation with that client? At what point do you, I don't know, reach out or, and there's no training for that.
And this is one of the most common things for me. That's one of the most common things that gets mentioned to me is like really bad relationships. Yeah, like because they want a girl's advice. God knows why they want mine. I must just come across as somebody who's got it all together. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing.
We're taught, like you said at beauty school and stuff or college, we're taught how to do treatments, not how to deal with the heavy side of clients.
What would you, this is just a question, what I would think, what would you recommend for people who's hearing this stuff to do?
You've got to understand that you are there to do a treatment, not to be a therapist.
Yeah.
And we are treated as therapists sometimes, but it is about, you don't have to know the answer to everything that your client's putting on you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be able to turn around and give the best advice for every situation that every client's going to go through. That's just not possible. Yeah,
and you are allowed to turn around and be like, do you know what? I don't want to give you an answer because I don't know whether that's right or not.
Yeah.
And I think as well, like, to try your hardest to not be judgmental in their situations. The things that I have heard where I have thought that is absolutely wild and I cannot believe that is even coming out of your mouth. And still I've been there like, oh yeah, oh wow.
Yeah. Some stuff really, you think,
yeah.
What? Yeah. Why are you putting up with that?
And then I'm driving home in silence because I don't even have radio on when I go home. Driving home in silence thinking, what the hell have I just listened?
Yeah.
Like, or, you know, it's wild.
I think if you are starting out in the industry or new or finding your way and, you know, growing as an artist and a stylist, rely and kind of lean on your team. I know there's obviously client confidentiality and all of that,
Yeah.
but any of the girls in mine, or like if like any of the girls in Harriet's, anyone out there, if you are getting given this kind of heavy information, there's nothing wrong with going to like the salon owner, your manager, or somebody else in the salon and just saying,
serious that's
I've just been told this and I don't really know how I feel.
Or what to do with it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Because sometimes how that client needed to tell you, sometimes need to have a conversation with somebody else, and you don't need to say who the client is, what, you know, you just sometimes need to say it to be like, okay, and 9 times out of 10 you'll do that and think, I feel better.
Do you know what I do love about the salon, and I love that our clients will openly share, not only sometimes to me, but to like another therapist and their client as well. And we'll have like an open discussion about it, all 4 of us. And sometimes, you know, them clients don't even know each other's name.
No.
And then, do you know what? I've got 2 clients at the minute, right? They've sat next to each other once when they were having their nails done. They get on so well. They bring each other Christmas cards and stuff like that. And then they ask about each other. Like, and they've never seen each other since. But like, they're like, oh, how's so-and-so? And I think, oh, we've kind of created that. And I do like that we create such a safe, secure place, where I would and listen, whatever you tell me, if you're my clients, whatever you tell me, I've got your back. Like, 100%.
Tell me where your body is. I'll not dish dirt.
I've told you before. One of my clients, I've said this on TikTok. One of my clients told me that she'd tried to poison her husband before. Not to kill him. Calm down. Calm down. You know, just put a bit of cat poo in his marmite. Like, and I was like, do you know what? He's horrible. Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, I hope we don't get cancelled for that. Me saying that. Oh well.
Well, it is what it is.
We'll find out. We'll soon find out.
But kind of rounding it all back up, we took a break for us mental health. And we needed to figure out what we were doing.
I know.
How we moved forward, if we moved forward. But we're back.
Because I were overloaded with clients' problems, weren't we? Both of us.
We are back.
No, we're not. But if you are somebody in this industry, please take care of yourself. Remember, you are their therapist. Sorry, you're not. You're not their therapist. That's what I'm going to say. You are not their therapist unless you've had some form of like counselling. I feel like people need to get some. This needs to be in a college course. I might be on something here, so I shouldn't be saying it out loud. Yeah. It needs to be like a little sidetrack of being a therapist and how to deal with the general public. Because
we all love this industry, but nobody, no brand, no college, no course teaches us how to survive this industry.
So if you're feeling like you've got a lot of weight on your shoulders from what clients are telling you, you are not on your own. We are all like this. But please remember to switch off and try and leave work at work, whether that's in a room in your house, a salon, whatever. Just try and chill.
Yes. So I hope you've enjoyed that episode. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks. Don't get on at us that we're having 2 weeks off. We need a break because it's affecting our mental health.
Right. We will see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget, offload. Check it off.
Yeah.
Have a shower at door before you go in home. Leave that at the salon. And stay booked busy.
I'm blessed.